Winter just flipped a switch. Snow, wind, and brutal cold on the way to millions. Hi, everybody. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Justice, keeping you posted on this rare November snow and big blast of cold air that's going to send in some areas to some pretty big accumulating snowfall. In this video, I'll map out the brand new timing, what you need to know about your community, and I'll go in depth town by town on the timing of the coldest air and the big time wind that is going to be coming our way. Folks, as always, I like to know where you're watching from, so please, if you're new to this channel, like this video, drop a comment in the comment section with where you're watching from right now, subscribe and turn on those notifications. What I do is I provide multiple updates each day on the weather pattern, including snow, severe weather, and I like to go into a little bit more detail than most people do. What I like to do is also look deeper out into the future to let you know what I see. A lot of meteorologists are a little bit conservative in the fact that they'll tell you something when they know it. What I like to do is be transparent, although responsible with that. I'll tell you, hey, here's what I'm seeing. I'll also tell you when it's time to be concerned and necessarily not when it's not, okay? I don't need to stress you out, but I do need to prepare you. So that's kind of my whole spiel with this channel, is to give you an early look at severe weather so that you can help you and your family stay up to date. In this case, we have some snowpack back toward the west. We're starting to get some signs of a little bit of accumulating snow that's starting to, add up in upstate New York. And as we go into this next week, this map's going to look a lot different. There's going to be a lot more areas that are covered in snow. So let's talk first about the weather pattern and the different fronts that will be coming through, because as we move into this week, the next front's going to be arriving on Friday. What that's going to do is bring in a little bit of rain to many areas, but it's the second front that you see taking shape up toward the upper Midwest Saturday morning, and then going into Sunday, moving toward the east. That is the big bad front that brings in the wind, brings in the cold, and yes, brings in the snow to the upper Midwest, into the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, and it's going to mean business. And that snow stretches as far south as North Carolina, West Virginia, Indiana, parts of Pennsylvania, New York. Let me know where you're watching from right now. Up toward Pennsylvania, all the way up into Maine, going to be seeing some of this snow. And some of that lingers into some areas on Tuesday as another little shot of cold air tries to come on in. So let's dive deeper into the models here. And the reason why we're seeing this is a big dip in the jet stream. You don't see it really happen until Friday's the first sign of it. That one really doesn't do much for us. It's the secondary shot that comes in right here. And boy, this is a rare major dip in the jet stream, which is going to send us really, really cold. I'm talking hard freeze in parts of Illinois, Indiana, through Ohio. I mean, we're talking about some of the coldest air we've had since this time since January, February of this past year. So you have to go to the heart of winter to find this kind of cold weather, and it's really going to be rocking in here. The heart of it looks to arrive on Monday. That would be the roughest of the wind, the most intense bursts of snow, and just some really, really cold air. So that freeze and that really cold air is going to be piling up as far south as Florida. So those of you watching right now in Florida, iguana alert. I mean, we're talking about wind chills in Florida, in South Florida, in the 30s, in Central Florida in the 20s. I'm going to show you that map in just a moment. But let's talk first about the snow. The European still being one of the more aggressive models in the snowfall realm. Wednesday, you get a couple of snow bursts mixed with some rain upstate New York, into New Hampshire, Vermont, into parts of Maine, but it's not a lot. As we go into Thursday, we do start to see a little bit more piling up toward northeast here, and it's going to be the first of the batch that's going to be coming through Friday. Friday is some rain. That starts to cool us down, but it's Saturday into Sunday that the bigger cold blast begins to move in. This is when some serious cold, and notice the pressure gradient here, it is going to be seriously windy as well. Sunday night, Monday, that wind tightens up, and we get some moisture wrapping in here from the Great Lakes. So this is going to be some moisture induced from the Great Lakes, but also the cold air is banking up against those Appalachian Mountains. So for western North Carolina, really Asheville northwestbound into East Tennessee and the Smokies, there's going to be a quick burst of some snow here Sunday night into Monday, to where I think the ground could be covered, at least grassy areas, in areas like Sevierville, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and then you go up through Knoxville, there could be some snow showers. Into Kentucky, parts of Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, going to be getting some of that snow. You go up toward Wisconsin into Michigan, into Pennsylvania and New York. But I think Monday is the time frame of some of the more heavier batches coming on through from the Great Lakes. That's going to wrap into western Pennsylvania. You go into upstate New York all the way into Tuesday afternoon. So it's Sunday night, Monday, as I reverse this back, that we'll start to get some of that snow to rolling in for millions here. So it's going to be a quick burst. I do think the cold air lasts through about Wednesday, and then we kind of level things back out, warming things back up. And by warm, I mean back to near normal by the time we get into that second week of November. So where are you watching from right now? Are you hoping to see some snow? Do you want some snow? Let me know in the comments section. I'll read your comments in our next video. I like to be very interactive in my videos here. I don't just speak to you. I want you to speak to me. So leave me a comment from this video, and next time we'll read it, as I'll be going over some shout outs here in just a few minutes from the last video. So please let me know where you're watching from. Give your community a shout out. Let's look at the European snow totals. I showed you that to begin with, and I'll go state by state a little bit closer in here, because European does offer in some snow a little bit farther south. Some pretty big totals here could pile up in the higher mountains of the Smokies into western North Carolina. Another hot spot here into West Virginia. And you get up here and toward the Midwest, parts of Indiana, into Ohio, we're looking at 1 to 3 inches of snow. I mean, this is a pretty decent little snow coming on in here. Tuesday, by the end we get to Tuesday evening. Western Pennsylvania through upstate New York, we're talking about the ground being covered, not a whole lot. But you get in here to New Hampshire, Vermont, up through Maine, we're talking about 5 to 9 inches of snow. Parts of Michigan, we're talking about 5-6 inches of snow. Most of Michigan seeing about an inch or so. Same thing with Ohio and Indiana. I mean, we're talking about some decent snow piling up here. The GFS gives us the ability to look at the future radar, what this could look like. And here's the timing. Looks like into Sunday morning, we start to get some snow flying around into Indiana, Ohio. This could make for some pretty interesting NFL football games in some areas. We'll be watching that closely. Could there be snow flying around? That would be some good TV. I always love watching snow-filled NFL games. And then it looks like Sunday into Monday, this tries to ramp up a little bit more here for upstate New York. And this is enhanced by the lake effect snow with some of that moisture riding on through right here. The GFS model a little bit drier, not as aggressive with the snow as the European. It's got a dusting or so for western North Carolina. It doesn't bring in as much moisture transport. It's got snow flying around here in parts of Illinois, Indiana, into Ohio. It's got a little bit more snow enhanced by the lakes here for western New York up through upstate New York. In fact, it's got a lot more snow for you folks in upstate New York, 6 to 10 inches, whereas the other model, the European, showed more like 4 to 8. So it's got, both have snow, measurable snow for you, but the extent that it goes farther south into Tennessee and Kentucky, not showing up as much on the GFS model. Now, all the models show just some big-time wind wanting to come our way. So we're talking 30, 40, 45 mile per hour wind gusts through this cold blast that comes in Sunday into Monday. As those winds crank up, that's going to bring in some serious chill that stretches as far south, which I'm going to show you here. It goes as far south as Florida. In fact, here comes the cold. You know, we're going to have cold mornings, warm afternoons through this week, but here comes the real deal. Notice it coming in to the west, and boom, look at this. I mean, this is a serious blast of cold air coming in here Sunday. Sunday may be one of those backwards days. Notice East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, you get into, 60 degrees, and then temperatures plummet by evening. By the time we get to 10 p.m. Sunday, these are temperatures, not feels like temperatures, are in the 20s in Western North Carolina. You go from 60 to the 20s. That's a huge drop in less than 12 hours. As we go into Monday morning, this model showing 31 across the upstate, 24 in Western North Carolina, hard freeze, all of Tennessee, all of Kentucky, all of Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, 25, all of Pennsylvania and New York, 25 to 30 degrees. Doesn't stop there. I think Monday's highs are just really brutal. Highs in the 30s in Western North Carolina, 20s in West Virginia. You're not getting out of the 20s in much of New York. Pennsylvania, 25 to 35 degrees. It's going to feel like the heart of winter. Don't forget, it's windy during that time frame as well. Now, going into Tuesday morning, I think that's the coldest blast here. We've got teens up here toward Wisconsin, 20s in parts of Michigan, down through Ohio, low 20s. Minnesota, I mean, you're talking low to mid 20s as well. It is going to be cold just about everywhere, and that freeze settling way far south in South Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, Richmond Hill, Pooler, Athens, Georgia, just to name a few, are going to be below freezing or at freezing. Now, the apparent temperature, what it feels like with that wind, is important to talk about here because it is going to be brutal. I mean, Sunday is going to be one of those backwards days where I think by the evening, look at this, 16 in Asheville, 13 in Boone. You got lots of single digits and teens from Minnesota to Wisconsin to Michigan, up through Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. We're talking mid-teens for wind chill values Sunday night. So you're going to church, you get home, you're settling in for a work week, and boy, we got some serious cold air coming in there going into Sunday night. Now, Monday, as we wake up, look at the wind chill values in the Appalachian Mountains. Boone, 7, 13 in Asheville, up through the higher mountains of the Appalachian Mountains, 8, 9 degrees. Most of Pennsylvania into New York in the teens to low 20s. And Monday's feels like temperature not getting out of the teens in many areas from New York to Pennsylvania, all the way down to Tennessee. It's going to feel like below freezing most of the day. And I want to show you this because this is pretty interesting. Look at Florida. Now, I want to start this Sunday evening, Sunday night, into Monday. Look at this. By Tuesday morning, we got a little iguana warning here. Iguanas kind of get stunned when it gets cold, right? Most reptiles do, and they can tend to fall out of trees. And here we are talking about 20s for feels like temperatures going into Tuesday morning for Panama City, over through Pensacola, Destin. Where are my Florida peeps at? Well, let me know where you're watching from right now. I got wind chill values in the 30s in Sarasota, in Tampa, in Ocala, in Orlando, Miami, 42. You go to Key West, 68. Okay, Key West, you're showing off at this point. Everybody go to Key West. Let's hop on a flight. But I mean, Isla Mirada, you go up to the Upper Keys, we're talking 50s. But Broward County, you go farther south. I mean, we're talking about some serious cold here along the east coast of Florida. Even the Bahamas into the 60s for feels like temperatures. I mean, this is some serious cold that we haven't seen since we got through the heart of the coldest part of last winter. So, folks, this is going to be a very interesting pattern. Are you here for it? Are you ready for it? Ready or not, here it comes. Like we're playing hide and seek with it, right? But, I mean, a major cold blast is on the way, and I think that it's going to rattle some cages a little bit. I'm not quite sure we're ready for it, but here we are. So, folks, as I like to do at the end of every video, I like to take your questions. I like to give your shout out. I like to just basically welcome whoever may be watching right now. And I just love to feature where you're watching from. I think it's a lot of fun to be able to track where in the world we are. You found this little spot on the internet, and here we are. I'm so thankful you're here. And again, if you're new to my channel, you're new to my way of forecasting, what I like to do is be very transparent forecasting. I'm not going to hype anything, but I'm also going to be very transparent. I love weather. I love snow. Full transparency. So I got to kind of hide the kid in me sometimes when I'm forecasting snow because, I just love it. If I could make a world of snow, I would do it. I just love it since I was a kid growing up in the mountains of Western North Carolina. So I want to answer your questions, and here we are. So if you will, let me know a comment, let me know a question, represent your town, represent your state. Let me know where you're watching from, and let's get it going. All right, we got Greenville in the house. I really want a good snow in Greenville this year. Me too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I sure do too. I think it's our year. I think we're way overdue in the Mid-Atlantic through the South for good snow. It's been many years since we have, and here we are. All right, Springfield, Illinois in the house. Thank you for tuning in. We will keep you posted. Mel is watching from Oakfield, Maine. Haven't seen snow here yet. You will by the time we get to next Tuesday. Hello from Brunswick. We hope you and your family are doing well. Chris, thank you for your videos. Hey, thank you as always for watching. Inner Banks of North Carolina here. Cold feels colder here. Yes, it does. There's a different kind of cold along the coast, right? We got greetings from Connecticut. Hi there, Lewis. Hope you're doing well. North Woods, Wisconsin. Hello, hello. Get ready for a big time chill, especially Sunday to Monday. Romeoville, Illinois, about 30 miles from Chicago. Thank you, Rosanna, for watching. Watching from just west of the city of Fredericksburg, Virginia, in Spotsylvania. Did I say that right? Beside the Chancellorsville and Fredericksburg battlefields, where thousands of Americans died, both Northern and Southern soldiers, as snow covered the 1862 December battle. Come visit this historic American city, the gateway to Northern Virginia, located on the south bank of the. Man, I gotta study up on my pronunciations of Virginia. I've got a coworker that is from Virginia. I got to get with her. Rappahannock River, just below the fall line, where the Whitewater Rapids end and where George Washington once lived and played. Okay, back to weather. We need a good old 18-inch plus snow like we've had before. We've had some nice ones in December, like 18.5 in 2009, 24 hours of sleet and snowstorm in 2010 that started Christmas Day, lasting until the 26th. Remember those very well. On January 2nd and 3rd, 2001, 2020, and 2022, we had 18 inches of snowfall here, a few miles west of the city. I looked in our old family photo albums at pictures of us getting snowstorms of over a foot, 12 inches falling every winter, 2 from when we moved here in 1998. Any questions, go ask Perplexity for a full account of past winter storms. Winter's coming. Yeah, Keith. Appreciate your invite to what seems like a very historic city. I love history, big on that, so let me take you up on that. And I got to get my pronunciations down pat for Virginia. All right, Erie, Pennsylvania in the house. Hello, Trace. Watching from Wheeling, West Virginia. Shout out West Hazelton, Pennsylvania. Hello to you. Brevard, North Carolina in the house. Massachusetts, Southern New Hampshire, Madden area. All right, welcome. Hey, Chris, hope you're doing good. It's Mo from Coleman, Alabama. Hello, Gary. Mo, hope you're doing well. Western Maine in the house. Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. We would love snow already. Love snow. Bless you. Central Florida, West Coast, Pasco County, largest city near me is Tampa, Florida. Welcome, Sharon. Lafayette, Indiana's in the house. Dayton, Ohio's in the house. I want to go to Panama, where there is no winter. No snow, please. Yeah, we need some warmth. Looks like Key West is the only place that stays moderately warm, and 68 is pretty cool for Key West. So here we are. There's no escaping it Monday, Tuesday, just about anywhere in the eastern United States. Bristol, Pennsylvania in the house. Union, South Carolina house. Hi, Michael. Charleston, West Virginia. We got Swansea, Massachusetts. Hi, Chris. I love watching you every day from Holiday, Florida. Thank you for being so informative in such a professional way, yet deliver it in a way that we can all understand. God bless you and yours, Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. Thank you for watching. Anderson, Chris. Winter is already here, it feels like. Yeah, I mean, we just skipped right past fall, didn't we? We're going to get back there. We're going to get back to some warmer weather. This is a very short but intense blast of cold air. Good evening, Chris. Hi, James. Good day, Chris. Pensacola here. Hello. Hey, Chris, checking in from an hour north of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Snow, bring it on. I'm listening from Granite Falls, North Carolina. Hermantown, Minnesota, which is just up over the hill of Duluth. Unfortunately, we always get more snow up here than they get down by Lake Superior, but our summers are warmer up here. Interesting note there, Veronica. Thank you. Hey, Chris, thanks for all your hard work this tropical season. Look forward to the winter coverage. More of a fun question here. Have you heard of the concept of hypercanes and how could they partially be responsible for mass extinctions? Ooh, good question. I've read up on that. I don't have an opinion on that one way or the other yet. Certainly seems plausible given the fact that, we've had some serious stuff biblically wise, stuff like that, right? So continental movements and stuff like that. So to have something like that happen, you got to have a big scale system. Cause damage on a continental scale with winds hundreds of miles per hour faster than the strongest Cat 5. I know the ocean temperature is not the only factor for storm strength, but could the water being so warm overcome some other factors that might limit a storm strength normally? Just curious what your professional meteorologist might think. Thanks for all you do, and I hope a fun weather question can give you and everyone listening some joy. Watching from Simpsonville. Hey, great question. Got to dig up some more of that lately. But, there's the big debate going on right now. Should there be a Cat 6? I'm on the side of no, there should not be, just because I think that you start dumbing down or or, misleading people to think, it's only a Cat 3. It's not a Cat 6 this time. And my Cat 3 is terrible, folks. Cat 2 is bad. But you start dumbing down a Cat 4 and a Cat 3, I think we're into some trouble there. So love the question, love the thoughts. Ontario, Canada's in the house. Maine, thank you. I want some snow in south central Pennsylvania. Tired of having to haul my snowmobile hours away just to ride it. Hopefully I'll get to ride right out of my garage several times this winter. I hope you will as well. I think you're going to not have snowmobile riding weather this time, but I think you're going to have that within the next month. Bold prediction there. But we'll see how that goes. Let's say by Christmas. All right, there you go. Good evening, Chris from Moore, South Carolina. Millersburg, Ohio. Holmes County's in the house. We've got a lot of snow possibility here. North Mississippi checking in. Wanted to watch what's going on. We got Simpsonville, South Carolina in the house. Hello to you. Gaffney's in the house. Gainesville, Florida. South Central Indiana. Watching it closely. We'll be watching it in St. Augustine. 32 degrees. I need to run my pipes here. Thank you, thank you. Don, hello to you, and hello from Taylor's. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Hope you have a great rest of your evening or day, whatever time you're watching here, and stay tuned. We got a big blast of winter coming our way, and as always, if you're new to the channel, please like this video, subscribe, and turn on those notifications for more updates as we will continue to keep you posted on this big blast of cold weather coming on in.